Hey YouTube, how's it going? A little while ago, I kind of just showed my desk that I'm sitting at right now. This desk over here in the wall. And I just showed it for just like a split second in a vlog a couple videos ago. And I kind of want to just talk about what's here. I do art for fun. It's a nice hobby. I would like to do it professionally one day, but that requires school. And right now, school's not in our budget as far as everything goes. But I badly want to go back to school. There's a lot more art techniques that I can learn. I learned a lot just in a few classes that I was taking at a JC back home, and surprisingly I got better. And that kind of drafted me away from my major that I was originally going for. So, I mean, you could be going to school for one thing and find something else that you love to do and completely change everything you're doing at that moment. So art kind of did that for me, and it's just kind of what I like to do now. I have this like, nice little small setup. I'm not professional or anything, so here's just what I have. Right here, just my little sketchbook I take with me. I always just tend to find paper and draw on things, especially at work when I'm on break. I do nothing but draw. Here is actually just a little binder full of just stuff I've drawn. They're always little weird sketches, just little weird things. Like, I don't know what that is. A finger running? What the heck am I drawing? This was Christmas time. A cracked out elf. I don't know. I just have pages and pages. I'm like skipping and skipping pages too. Just so much stuff in here that I don't even know. But the time I have, I draw little sketches like that. When I have more time, I paint things. I'll paint stuff like this. I have canvases right here. They're like new empty canvases I got on Black Friday this past year at Myk'S, and it wasn't even busy at all, so I went like at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Still got a nice deal there. Here's just like paintings I do, just messing around. I've never done a sunset before, like on a beach kind of thing. Here's just like a tree, but you can see a skeleton in the branches if you look hard enough. Unless it's that bad and you can't really see it, and then you redo it. Here's just, you know, many little skull heads floating around. And this one was actually this is an old piece. This is like one of the first paintings I ever done as far as like trying to paint. This is a long time ago. It's kind of funny. It's a few years ago. So that's what I have as far as just like little paintings go. I have big paintings and bigger pieces I've done in my closet. I'm not getting them. They're about this big. This is 14 by 17. This is a big old piece of paper here. I used to do huge pieces for a class I had to do. And like my paints that I have are all in here. They're all acrylic paints. I'm not going to take them out because there's a lot of paints in here. There are really bad paints, and then I have really good paints as far as brand goes. Really good and really bad. But I tend to do really well with whatever paint I use. I don't think it really matters, because it matters how you paint, really. You can give someone a really nice brand of paint and they could totally suck and mess it up. You can give someone that paints really well a really bad brand, and it'll come out really good. Right here, little box, all pens. I draw a lot with pens. The second one's a bunch of Sharpies, black and some colored Sharpies. And the top one's just chock full of pencils and erasers. I just prefer a standard number 2 pencil when I draw. Over here, here's a light box I have. It works really well as far as you want to get into fine details and drawings, or if you just really want to see what you're drawing. If you really want some extra light underneath you, you plug that in, turn it on. Nice little shine box. It looks like we are putting an X-ray up and you're checking the broken bones. It's kind of the same amount of light that thing has. It's really cool. And right here I have a traveling case for art supplies, all tucked in here. It opens up. I would do it, but I'm using one hand and it'll look ridiculous. It opens up, it folds open. There's colored pencils, there's watercolor, acrylic, oil paints. There's different types of watercolor paints. There's paint brushes, pencils, erasers. There's tons of good stuff to take with me if I'm going somewhere and I don't want to load a bunch of stuff. I'll just take this bad boy. It's got a handle and I can use it for a desk. Use it for a desk after I close it. right here is a drawing tablet. It's a bamboo drawing tablet, and I'll show you the pieces right here. Those are pieces I've done as far as digital artwork goes. I've only done a few pieces because I've only had a few opportunities where I could sit down and do 6 hours of digital drawing. You don't even know. Digital art takes a while, surprisingly. I thought it'd be pretty easy, but no. Digital art can take a while, but I love it. It's awesome. It's relaxing. I got these for Christmas. These are Prismacolor Markers. Alright, let's see with one hand if I can do this. Opening it up. Boom. Now, if you don't know what these are, they're really good markers. Like, they're so good, I'm afraid to use them good. Because I don't want to use them up and then have to go buy some new ones. Because they're very expensive. Very expensive. It sounds stupid, but until you use them, you won't know. I dabbled a lot in grayscale Prisma, but my other markers died. These are only the last good ones. And using Prisma is really good. I really recommend it. If you're into doing art, go ahead and go buy some Prismacolor if it's in your budget. Here's more stuff. Here's my palette for my watercolor. I love doing watercolor. Here's all my tubes in here, more tubes in here, and more tubes are in here of watercolor. I've got my brushes, I've got another palette, and color pencils. These aren't Prismacolor pencils, they're Crayola inside. I just got the case from school because they were giving them away, and I needed a case for my hundreds of Crayola colored pencils. Crayola colored pencils work better than Prismacolor pencils, I'll tell you that. If I don't feel like doing full detailed artwork, as far as color goes, I go pen and ink. Pen and ink is really fun. You can get into a lot of detail with pen and ink because the tip is so sharp that you can do a lot of detail. Oh, do you guys recognize this mustache? Those of you guys who've been watching the videos I've been putting up for years now, I did a video with my brother about a year and a few months ago, actually. A year and like 2 months ago. I did a video where I used this mustache, and then here's this mustache from just about a month ago, if you guys recognize this one. You know that mustache. You know that mustache. Alright, let me show you guys a watercolor I've done that's close by, and I don't have to go through my huge portfolio to take it out. I actually hung this one up. It's the Great Wave. I did this like 2 years ago for a class. It's pretty fun. Let me get in close so you guys can see it. See all the little people. The little people in their faces. Here's the wave. Yeah, I hung that one up because I really liked it. I think it's one of my better pieces I've done as far as watercolor goes, and just as far as art goes. Because, yeah, I don't really have a lot of time to do pieces like that. When I was in school, that piece took me about 6 hours to complete, and it was a 6 hours well spent. Thanks, guys. That's just what I use for my art stuff. What do you guys like to use? If any artists watch our vlogs or our videos, just let me know what you like to do. Do you like to paint? Do you like to just draw? Do you like to do digital art? Do you just draw stick figures? It doesn't even matter. Anyone can be an artist. It just requires lots of practice and patience.